Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this presentation of the new Digital Evolution Project presentation. It may be early morning or late evening. Last time, my presentation lasted 1 hour and a half, but today I will do my best to fit in 1 hour. Some interpreters actually complained that it was difficult for me for them to interpret me. Therefore, I will try to speak slower today. But let's start our presentation. I feel very excited and enthusiastic about all those ideas I have to share with you. Before I get back to the presentation itself, I'd like to introduce. My name is Emanuele Baroni. I am the Vice President under the Evorich affiliate program, the project manager of the NEEW Digital Evolution, a certified coach of the Master Profi course, a qualified host of the Genius of Finance, and some other merits you can see. But this hour is not about me, but about the details of this project. Maybe there are those for whom this presentation is for the first time, and you would like to understand all the details of the project. Next slide, please. So this is the program of our project. So we will explore the strategies offered by the company, how it works, where we go. We will show you our plan for the development, which tools we need, what we have already done, what we are to do in future. Then we will discuss the implementation timeframe, and in the end, to make it clearer to you, I will give you some examples of the uses of digital guarantees. And moreover, in addition to that, we will have a quick look at those volumes or sales that could be generated. All those newcomers for whom this presentation is the first one, I'd like to tell you about what digital guarantee is. We are lucky to have 4 types of tokens. One of them is security token in our company. And you know that businesses and population worldwide suffer from economic crisis. And we believe that if you can use your tokens as a security, as a collateral to buy all those services or goods you need, or every time you need to pay for your bills or to pay the insurance premium for your car or your housing. So quite often businesses lease some machinery, equipment, and all these costs and expenses we face almost daily over the last time are quite troublesome for us because of the economic crisis worldwide. They require more guarantees to be provided, whereas for people, they find it more difficult to provide these guarantees. And quite often, people find it challenging to pay for their utilities, electricity, gas, to pay a rental fee for their flats, houses. And this is the reason why we would like to change a financial paradigm for people in the next few hours. And it applies to those people who indeed would like to join our project. Well, this is my brief introduction, and let's detail it further. Well, now let's explore strategies in detail. There are 3 of them. As you know, our CEO, Evorich CEO, and before that, CEO of the Academy of Private Investor, sees as the mission, corporate mission, and that is to have at least 1 billion financially literate people around the globe, those who are financially literate and enjoy high quality financial education and training. And we hope that 500 million users will be captured by this project, at least 500 million people who will take advantage of digital guarantees, and 80 billion tokens issued now that are in part sold or in part are still available for sales, for purchases. And we believe that per each user, there will be about 160 CRU or World CRU tokens. And 160 CRU and World CRU tokens is quite a small amount, but we will hope that our tokens will increase exponentially in their value, and in case these tokens cost a lot, it will be a small amount of them enough for me to get whatever I like. This is strategy 1. Whereas now let's explore strategy number 2, over 1 million club. So this is to give value to our tokens, because the more valuable the things are, the higher their price is. And our goal here is to take away of the market the maximum number of tokens. I don't mean that, by taking away, I mean that we are not throwing them. We are simply reserve them. And strategy number 2 is about the application of the Club of Millionaires. And when this club was established, over 1 million club of millionaires, an exclusive club, and inside there will be people who will be able to benefit from more promising, interesting business opportunities. As those people who are members of the club, they will know that any other club member has over 1 million tokens. So each user in this club will have at least 1 million tokens. And therefore, as you understand, the transactions in this, under this strategy, will be quite high, will be quite expensive. And if we divide the number of available tokens into the number of users, the amount won't be the amount or the number of these members who can become the members of our exclusive club will be quite small. There are 8 billion people in the world, whereas here you see the figures. There will be only 14,000, 66,000, or 8,000 exclusive partners, and I'm really hopeful that people will be in line and compete against each other to become a part of this community. And here you take advantage of any different benefits. And I already said that you will be able to do business inside the business model by meeting a lot of high-class businessmen. And strategy number 3 is business registry. including 10 million companies. And in case each of these 10 million companies decides at the same time to use digital guarantees, they will not have more than 8,000 CIU or World CIU tokens per a company. And the key word here is scarcity or rare. And whenever we use our tokens to get digital guarantees, this number of tokens, which today seems quite big, will not suffice for everyone, and they will increase in value. Well, now let's detail each strategy separately. Strategy number 1. Here, I'd like you to think over another important thing. In 2030, I already said that our plan is to have 50 million users by that time that will use our digital guarantees daily. And look, in the middle of this slide, you see our token and a mobile phone. As now, smartphone is a well-spread and popular device anywhere in any country of the world. And even if the salary and wages are very low, smartphones are available almost to everyone. And therefore, let's assume that today you would like to make the specific amount of investment. You know that the price of World CIU is $1 today, and you want to invest 160 US dollars. And it means that I can buy some kind of smartphone. It will not be super quality, but quite usable. But what will happen in future? Look, 160 US dollars. This is the amount which can be invested by anyone into the purchase of a smartphone. You will give some phone calls to others, but 10 years after, you will have nothing, because quite unlikely that this small mobile phone will survive for 10 years and its quality will be mediocre. But in case the same amount is invested into World CIU tokens, the same 160 US dollars, I will simply invest them into, or put them into a safe box. And let's assume that the price of one token will increase from $1 US into 1,000 US dollar. So my tokens kept in a safe place and they increased in value, and this is quite a solid solid growth in the value. And here in this slide, I also indicated a monthly salary, as we also train you how to become financially free or independent. And when I have some figure and I can support myself for 10 years, which means that I can feel free, but it's not the pure freedom. This is your feeling calm over the next 10 years. But in case I invest into cryptocurrency or financial markets, and these investments generate passive income, which will be equal to the salary I earn, to the average salaries in your country, for example, then it will be your financial freedom. Well, you put into a safe box or some virtual digital wallet, my 160 security tokens, and you see how my investments grow in price, my initial investments. And this is what strategy 1 is about. Imagine if 1 million people on a daily basis use our tokens for all their expenses and costs, we will create the movement that will allow the price of our tokens to grow exponentially. Well, let us now look in detail at strategy number 2, the Club of Millionaires. After analysis of a lot of clubs and benefits they offer, solution A is what we talked before. And now I call upon all those people with their networks, and already we have 900,000 accounts on our blockchain, which means that we have a lot of users in our community who have World CIUs, CIUs, or UNTB. And if we inform all these people about the existence of our club, then less than 10% of these people may join our club. But if we get to know other collectors, and around the globe, there are about 75 million collectors, and this figure exceeds many times the number of such people in our community, you know how valuable our tokens may become. And in addition to that, there is solution C. There is a possibility to actually expand and take in other members of the other clubs. We all want to be members of some communities. There are people who are members of some millionaires clubs or golf clubs or cricket clubs. So, because any person who joins some communities because of his being patient and our work may see our amazing results, because here we don't simply talk, but everything which is promised, it is met. Our company will be in Crypto Expo at Crypto Expo Dubai, and here we talk about, we will present blockchain and other exclusive projects. And this strategy number 1, so this strategy number 2, whereas here you see strategy number 3. And of course, we may not actually rely that all these strategies would be 100% success, but anyway, we will be able to achieve those goals we have. And the business registry that may include not more than 10 million companies, and they will use both guarantees and become the part of the ecosystem with a lot of people. And those companies and those people who are members of this community, and if the business is a member of the community as well, these people will prefer using the goods and services of the company that generates more dividends or passive income, and they contribute to the growth of our tokens. And this way, the guarantee of the continuous employment is provided, So there is a guarantee of the continuous employment and of the continuous turnover of goods and services. Look, out of 900,000 users who already have accounts on blockchain, let's assume that only half of them use this service. And this is already a good number. So solution number one is to create a register composed of 450,000 users by 2021 and create the environment for the use of guarantees between companies and individuals. Solution number two is to create a registry, the sections in the registry. Each one will include at least 200 companies where the contracts will be signed between businesses. Businesses may join into associations, and this way they will actually charge the fee or charge the price, which any single company may not charge. And now let us have a look at this specific example. I believe it will be quite easy for you to understand the setup of the NEEW Digital Evolution project. Next slide, please. Well, you see this car, and you may ask me, why am I showing a car? Let's reflect on it. If we drive to go on holiday called development of our project, in addition to the motor and the steering wheel, what else is the most important in addition to the engine? They are the wheels. For a car to drive, we need 4 wheels, but sometimes it may happen that one tire gets flat and we need an extra tire. And this 4-wheel car, and why I'm giving this particular example 4x4, as later we will discuss a plan which will surely guarantee our achievement of success. Well, let us have a look what each of the wheels represent. So, wheel number 1 is private property. And here it includes those things we may use daily. Many of us daily use our cars, and instead of buying a car, you may take advantage of car sharing or car rental. Every day we need shelter, and therefore this list includes rental of real estate, including our ability to pay for our utilities, lighting, gas, etc. And every day we need food, and we may sign some contracts with retail chains to actually freeze prices for 1 year or even more. And by using our tokens as a collateral, that is a guarantee to this retail shop that we will go to their shop and spend our money there. We guarantee them the specific amount of the turnover, and they actually guarantee the price for the entire year that will not increase, simply because they are interested in an extensive clientele. So, wheel number 2 may include motorbike, boat, aircraft rental, furniture installments, so installments to buy some furniture, appliances. So they are not daily expenses, they are expenses you may incur once a year or even less, but quite often you need health insurance, and a lot of people are also keen on traveling. wheel number 3 is the basic package for businesses. It includes professionals, sole proprietors, craftsmen, and small-sized companies. Well, wheel number 4 is the package plus for businesses, which includes equipment rental, equipment leasing, escrow accounts, and the list is endless, showing everything you can take advantage of through digital guarantees. But it often happens that something may go wrong and you may need some borrowings. It happens not often, but once or twice or 3 times in your life, you may need to borrow. And in this case, the bank services will be needed. But in case you cannot come to some agreement between businesses or private individuals, or a private individual and a business, you may go to bank and the bank will accept as a guarantee our tokens for you to provide the relevant loan amount. And this way we cover fully all those needs and demands a household has, simply because we are members of the community of people who are holders of tokens. And these tokens, in their turn, ensure co-ownership in the global investment portfolio, whose value will continuously grow. Here you see this figure of 1 million companies, and how can we achieve this figure? Now I'd like to reflect further on, and let's have a look what New Digital Evolution project offers. Well, digital guarantees, what they offer and how they work. First of all, and this is the most important thing, we provide training in digital technologies. And we called them licenses M, A, B, C, D, E. They are split into several categories depending on who will use them, either individuals, businesses, large-sized, medium-sized, or small-sized companies. We find it important that companies and businesses as well become more aware about the blockchain and latest digital technologies and how to use them. This is a compulsory condition for us. Everyone must be well trained and prepared. And for these tools to operate autonomously, there are smart contracts that are driven by blockchain, and we will not actually waste our time on waiting for a long time. And we may work both with private individuals, businesses, companies, and financial institutions and banks. And there are different business models, C2C, B2B, B2C, and etc. And where our mission is and what our goals are, so that all those people who are at this presentation for the first time and would like to understand it even better, we may discuss how long we may use the digital guarantees and whether this project is of interest for the future. Next slide, please. And here I'd like to explain that this is the product that has come for many decades, and I'm sure that each of us may use it for many years. This is the technology that can be used, and actually, as soon as you understand it, you will not imagine your life without it. Like today, we can't live without computers and smartphones. Well, all those people with their wallets on blockchain, and in a short run, since 2021 to 2022, we are hopeful that there will be 450,000 users with licenses, whereas by 2030, we expect the number to increase to 10 million companies as our users. And in case the token is listed in 2-3 first-class exchanges and it will be on CoinMarketCap, we say that there should be at least 15,000 users in each country. Why? Because financial institutions and banks say that for them to lend money subject to digital guarantees in different countries of the world, all these financial institutions say that the number of users must be substantial as they work with big figures, and they know that by applying the law of big figures, 15,000 users will allow them to be visible on the market of each country. What are the tools that we offer to those who would like to work with us or become clients? For your information, to get more information, there are webinars, videos, video presentations. We have 2 websites. One of them is New Digital Evolution website, whereas the other one, the second one, is the one which will be available when available. And there is also an ELIM association that will contribute to the development of our project. In addition to that, there are also trainings created to get licenses, and there are digitalized courses for those people who would like to be employed by this project. So the world is endless, but unfortunately for the time being, we cannot move freely. We are not mobile, but we also took this into consideration. And this is the reason why our training course is digital, is electronic. You may go to your back office on NDE website and watch or listen to this training course as many times as you need. And as soon as you believe that you are quite qualified and well trained, you may take a test and then work and promote our product among individuals and businesses. In addition to that, there is a platform for smart contracts on crypto unit blockchain, and everything is ready for the agreements between parties, either private individuals, businesses, and banks. We have a 2FA authentication, and tokens are backed on blockchain to guarantee the agreements made between the parties. And a few minutes after, I will come back to our promotions, Promo 90 and Promo 200. So they both will start in October and expire in March 2022, whereas until the 30th of September, you may still enjoy 50% discount for a training course for private individuals. And it will be an interesting campaign, promotion for businesses. Let us change this slide and look what we've done so far. Regarding our trainings and educational packages, we have 10 slides with examples available in line languages, and you may provide them to your prospect, and so that they can understand better what digital guarantees are, and the languages are indicated here. And there is the License M course, which is available in 5 languages. By Friday, we will filter out the emails of all those people who actually bought the training course, and starting from Monday, you will get your emails, because at present many people complain that email hasn't been received. So you actually don't need an email. You must go to NDE website, and for instance, today you may type in nde.evo.com, and there you will find our website where you can register with your email, because this website already has all the emails of those people who bought the training courses integrated into it, and you will find there everything you need to build your capacity. Well, smart contracts, the setup, the graphics are ready, and the degree of finalization is 65%, as you see, as we are still in the process of synchronization with our wallets and servers, and it will be complete in October. Let's move on. And now let us have a look what else we need to do. For you to understand what has been done and what is to expect. And here we need your assistance, as we must search for the specific categories of companies. And in particular, we need those companies specializing in car sharing, real estate rental, utilities, health services, and food, and etc. So these are all those goods and services we consume daily. And we would like to make sure that these companies on a daily basis use digital guarantees with every user who needs this. And therefore, if you know and can find associations as well, associations of any producers or any entrepreneurs, then we can provide special terms and conditions to them, and we will show and explain the details of our promo 90, promo 200. The conditions are fantastic. They have never been seen on the market. And in addition to that, through your efforts, we would like to ensure the global recognition of the new profession, digital seller. And all those people who work with us, and in case we all together achieve the figures you see here, we will start the process of the recognition of this profession at the global level. And it will be similar to all the other occupations which today we may find in the traditional world of business and employment. We need 100 leaders in 100 different countries. We need 100 NDE points or NDE offices. So what are the NDE offices? So this is a small office which will be used to explain the details of all those products available under our product. And I'm not talking solely about guarantees, but about all those products and services we plan to provide. We need 2,000 members, member companies of ALIM Association, and 15,000 members of this association in each country, so that we can take advantage of microfinance. 50,000 members of our project will enable us once again to recognize the profession of the digital consultant globally. And what is ALIM? ALIM, or Association of Free Entrepreneurs, it operates globally. This is an association of employers and employees targeting small, medium, and large-sized companies. And the members of the companies may be companies, professionals, entrepreneurs, and they have the technicians and consultants in their disposal that make up the branches of the association capable of supporting them in administrative, fiscal, and legal matters, offering advice and training on safety and prevention, health and hygiene, environment and quality, as well as services to access credits, which means that this is an association which provides a full range of services, and all this can be accessible to you if you are a member of New Digital Evolution project. Why am I talking about ALIM? How it is linked with New Digital Evolution? We are in cooperation, so we collaborate. Well, here you see two sides, ALIM and New Digital Evolution. ALIM will promote recognition of the profession digital consultant. It is committed to develop the world of microcredits as soon as the number of users in a country exceeds 15,000 people, and ALIM will create its own pension fund. So these people will have a new profession and their own pension fund they may use as soon as they retire. NDE, in its turn, will provide digital training as well as all the other tools and instruments required to provide digital services. And this cooperation will enable many people, and we indicate the figure of 15,000, but 15,000 is the minimum amount. We want to have in the next month at least 1 million businesses, and the global or the most ambitious goal is 10 million businesses. Each company will buy the training course, and each company will have its own digital consultant. Today, we call them digital managers, but as soon as the profession is recognized, they will be called digital consultants. And in addition to having pensions, they will accumulate by those contributions made by their companies. They may contribute to this fund as well. We are fully ready, all the documents, so the preliminary phase has been passed, and gradually we will explain how to use these services. And as soon as we have a group of 15,000 people, you may take advantage of microcrediting, the services of microfinancial organizations. And it's very important to achieve these figures as soon as possible. Whereas now, let's discuss what Promo 90 is. Well, our training course, what is it about? This includes 60 lectures developed by the professionals. The price seems to be very high. You see, it starts from 2,500, and many companies actually bought it. But now we would like to launch the promo, and since we would like to expand our community, And we are ready to offer to you a great discount. And you see these figures in the slide. In October, we will offer a 90% discount. In October, 10% less. In December, it will be 70% discount, January, 60% discount, and etc. How will it work? Those people who already took this or watched this webinar, you know it. But if not, I will remind, starting from the 1st of October, UGPay will terminate sales of tokens until February, and our tokens could not be bought over this time, but you may reserve them. Look, for instance, I decide to use my digital guarantees. I register in the back office that will be provided by my sponsor or my inviter, and I will make a purchase of at least $1,000, and this 1,000 will be deducted from the price of the training course. And you remember that the minimum training course, its price is 2,500, and now if we even buy for 1,000 or book for 1,000 our security tokens, company will win anyway, will be in the win situation, and they may buy the training course for their category, either sole proprietors, joint stock companies, or holdings, and etc. All these discounts will be in effect, and to buy a training package, you will provide a document that will prove your investment into security token. And therefore, I will invite you to join our project in October, as the discount will be the maximum one. And since the 1st of October, in World CIU back office, you may reserve it, and it will be for the benefit of our company. Well, now, let us see how we can achieve all these figures. In October, our goal for October is to have 2,000 companies joining the project. And now we take into account the hard work of only 100 leaders, those people who say, yes, I want to do it. I want to become a leader in my country or my region. And we will ask all of you to find 100 leaders who would like to do it. And many people, by the way, write me and say, yes, I'm with you. And each of them is to find one company a week, one company a week. And a leader can become a digital seller and sign a contract, close a deal, as 4 informers will prepare the space. And these 4 signalers will take their own course over 1 month to become a digital seller, and they will bring their signalers and their businesses, which means that I have 160 companies by the end of the month, and maybe any of these signalers or digital sellers may find 2 associations of entrepreneurs composed of 200 each, or 100 companies each. And this way, another 2 groups of 200 companies will join us, and we can easily reach this figure. What is our plan for November? Our 400 digital sellers, signalers, they are already digital sellers, and in their region, they start looking for their 4 signalers. And again, it is duplicated. And in November, our goal is different, 8,000 companies. And there is the duplication 4 by 4. Next slide, please. And what is the result of our joint work over the first 6 months? You see that this is like changing the gearbox in the car. Remember the metaphor I used, 4-wheel car. So gear number 1, gear number 2, gear number 4, and then you drive it in full. So in March 2022, our plan is to have 1,024 companies registered. But we know that you may not achieve it with 100% certainty. Therefore, I rounded this figure, deducted the percentage, and my assumption is, so deducted some figures, some companies, and I rounded this figure to assume that by that time, by March 2022, there will be 1 million companies. And this 1 million company will buy the specific number of world CIUs, and to say each will buy 2,000 world CIU, which makes up in total 2 million world CIUs. And let us have a look at the turnover generated by selling this. So you see, we simply need 100 leaders. Each of them will have 4 signalers, and these people will say, we want to work together, we want to spread and promote this project, and if we follow this rule in a full disciplined way, you will see that even if you do this project part-time, and to find 4 companies that will like our project and will decide to join, it is very possible to do. And in case right now you recall the promotion, which is still in effect for individuals, I am fully sure that it's not a difficult task at all. Next slide, please. What are the discounts we may offer? You see, September, unfortunately, there is a mistake. It should be October. Neglect it, please. But the figures are correct. Look, we have 4 types of licenses, and all these categories of entities had to pay this price: 2,500, 1,500, 12,500, 25,000. And now you see the price with a discount. If I am a self-employed person and I'd like to buy a full training course, I may buy as well an extensive course, not for 5,000, but 12,500, if I want more detailed understanding of the market. And now let us have a look how much the companies will pay with discounts. Self-employed people and entrepreneurs will pay $250 per training course, subject to at least $1,000 investment into the purchase of World CIU tokens. And you see, you may save 50%, but please remember that 1,000 is your investment into the security tokens that will grow in value, and they will be your capital. Please remember that in addition to being a part of the project and being included into the registry, you had to pay $4,500 for getting a code in the registry. Next slide, please. And we will see the discount for codes, registry code. And here, the discount is huge. Instead of 2,500, the previous price, you must pay 500 only if you are a self-employed person. And the compensation of the digital sellers, this is the compensation paid by New Digital Evolution project. And this figure, this commission is much higher than under the Evorich marketing plan. And look, I am a person who would like to deal with this project, and I want to earn my commission. My commission from selling World CIU security tokens, my commission from selling educational packages, and I earn high commission from selling codes to the registry. You see these figures, $150, $200, $250, and $350. And now let us have a look at what promo 200 is. Next slide, please. Promo 200. As you know, all those figures with 90% discount, self-employed will pay 250, limited liability company will pay 500, but if you find an association, then self-employed will invest 250 into World CIU tokens if they are a member of an association, and limited liability companies will invest $500 into our World CIUs if, again, they are a member of the association composed of at least 200 businesses willing to join our project. Let us have a look at the price of the registry codes. And here, this price applies to 200 companies. Look, your work will be almost the same. You may meet the head of the association or one entrepreneur. Therefore, the time spent on this work is almost the same. Whereas here, you see the figures shown in this slide. Well, in case they are self-employed people and they pay 300 for the code, if they are limited liability company, they will pay 500, whereas our digital seller will get a commission from the association of $20,000. But in case there are 200 limited liability companies joining our project, the digital seller may earn as much as 25,000. It is not indicated in this slide, but it is under our plan. And in addition to that, all those who join the project will get the free membership in ALIM Association for 1 year. These are our terms and conditions. And now let us have a look at our targets until 2030. And please, I urge you to do it together with us, to have millions of companies, millions of users. But you know, if we have a lot of companies, a lot of users, then the price will skyrocket. Surely it will. Well, here, every time I see this slide, you know, I get excited actually, and I am ready to leave the room and start chasing the companies, persuading them to work with us. We know that COVID will be until 2024 with us, and the first phase of the project development is called the period of pandemic, and we believe to have a figure of 3 million companies and 35 billion tokens as the collateral. The profits generated are expected to make up 350 billion to be used as a guarantee, whereas 2% will be paid by the companies for the use of digital guarantees. And this 2% of the overall volume of all those digital guarantees signed by using or through using our security tokens. And since the digital guarantees are used annually, these are the figures we will get annually. Well, as you see, phase number 2 is within the period from 2025 to 2027 market readjustment, and we will have by that time 5 million companies with 50 billion tokens used as a collateral, and the companies themselves and not our community will take advantage of this project, because on the one hand they pay 2% to get this guarantee, but it is much lower than paying for the banking services and bank guarantees they use today. At the same time, they will get dividends from the global investment portfolio. And in addition to that, they will have the increase in the price of the token they use. Phase number 3, this is economic recovery, and the figures are skyrockets. 50 million companies, 75 billion tokens used as a security or as a collateral, and by that time the expected price of a token is 1,000, then in our portfolio there will be over 1.5 trillion profits. I may be too hopeful and positive, but look, even in case 10 years after the token's price is only $100, in any case it will be 150 billion and a million, sorry. And no matter how we estimate this, and if we work really hard and explain to other people what NEEW Digital Evolution Project is, and recruit to Evorich community many other people, we will be sure in our future. We will be confident about it. I'm not going to say that it is easy to do, but in case people, by using the guarantees, may pay for their bills, buy food, rent cars, rent housing, and by getting all those benefits and advantages the token will give, The same tokens which are today criticized by many people, you may do it even without spending your salaries you will earn every month in the form of passive income generated by tokens. And if you already understand that this project is of high interest to you, what can I do? Let us have a look at the slides with the specific examples. Another few minutes of your attention. So, follow-up steps. To buy a license, I must buy a license to use smart contracts. I must buy World CIU tokens. Well, I will buy World CIUs and then get the training package and the license with the discount. Will use smart contracts, will get my rating card, which means that I am a credible, reliable counterparty, and we get sustainability and stability. We also get prosperity and well-being. Wow. And here you see the uses of licenses. License M is needed for you to trade between individuals, whereas license A provides this as well. And in addition to this, access to businesses and getting credits. So you can actually, if you have a license A, so this is for businesses and individuals and companies. So car rental, utility payments are available here, and the possibility to provide guarantees for your family members. And there is an example of house rental by using a digital guarantee. Now I refer to a case in Italy, in Europe. Look, for you to rent a house, after you sign a contract, you must reserve a collateral as a security, which generally equals to several monthly fees. And when we have a real estate agent working with us, and we will explain to the landlord that here they have a lot of benefits, and even if the person who rents the flat could not make a payment timely, the landlord may be confident that he will get the fee paid, as the collateral is provided in tokens and secured by the smart contract, and the amount of tokens will actually be equal to the amount of the collateral for this month. And this way, not money will be collateralized, but the tokens. And in case the person who rents fails to make a payment timely, then the landlord may actually take advantage of the tokens used as a security. And this is for the confidence of the landlord and those people who provide this guarantee in the form of tokens. And those tokens which are staked as a guarantee and used as a collateral, they will grow in value, but not lose in value. For instance, my collateral is $5,000 and I live in a flat or in a mansion for some years, and imagine my money will be brought back, whereas their purchasing power has already dropped. It is not the amount that you can use to buy some other goods and services. I will quite opposite get the money which is not depreciated but grew in value. a car rental. To say you would like to buy a car, but you have no money, only tokens. You sell tokens, get your money, buy a car, and use this car, drive this car 8-10 years. After 8-10 years, what happens? Our car almost costs nothing. It depreciated almost fully. Over these 10 years, you paid for maintenance, for insurance, you replaced tires or some other accessories. What do you need to do? You need to buy a new car to have a high quality car. Your previous car is almost zero in value. You borne some expenses, and again, you need a solid amount of money to invest to buy another car. Whereas when we have companies working with us, those who joined our project, I am a token holder. I have my own digital rating, and I sign a smart contract, book the specific amount in token, select a vehicle or any other car, depending on the amount which I booked as my collateral, and I drive the car I rented, and it already includes maintenance costs, insurance premiums, all those costs and expenses. And what happens 10 years after? My capital increased in value because the value of tokens went up over this time. I was driving a classic car, and my capital increased in value with no losses. I had no expenses for its maintenance, and I still have my capital with increased value, and I will surely continue using this service if needed. But if I decide to buy my own car, my own vehicle, I can do it anytime because my capital in tokens over this time generated the dividends, and it may increase in its value several times. So I believe this is a great option compared to the one discussed in the previous car. And maybe you will pay less if you rent a car, but your money is not spent. And look, by using digital guarantees, your money will be, so your tokens will be actually staked as well, and it will increase in value. And here is an example of a young couple who would like to buy a house. What do they need? They need to have a contract, employment contract, but it's not enough. If you work and you have permanent employability, it's not enough for a bank. You must have some credit rating or the trusters, and only then you may apply for a loan from a bank. And quite often they request for a collateral to provide some mortgage and etc. And after you receive this money, you start paying your loan back within 20-30 years. And look, if you have a mortgage and something goes wrong, you are in some difficult situation, then you are in some troubles. You may even lose your flat. the bank may deprive you of this flat if you have some payments due for several months. And this is a reality during the pandemic. Many people cannot get a loan, but those with the loans, they may not pay off. And now many people do not have the credit rating, they do not have permanent employment, and people lose the working places, and it gets more difficult for them to pay off. Next slide. Let us have a look at the solution offered by digital guarantees. Well, I am a young guy wishing to buy a house, but instead of buying instead of buying real estate by using a loan of a bank, I buy tokens. In addition to that, I buy a code in digital rating. My tokens are staked, and this is 100% guarantee for a bank, and therefore I get my mortgage loan from a bank. I take all the advantages and the commissions paid by our global investment portfolio. I earn my interest on staking, and the bank does not use my real estate as a security. I don't have this risk of losing it. Why? Because the bank has my liquid tokens as a security, and these tokens also generate the dividends. And by getting these dividends, I can pay off the bank. So the interest rate to the bank, including the principal debt. The tokens are withdrawn from the market by more and more digital guarantees used. The value of the global investment portfolio grows up, my commissions go up, and I am winning. Yes, now let us talk about the final goal, and please treat it seriously as if we are all one big family. And I'd like to remind you what we've already discussed. To achieve all those goals we have for decades, the turnover through private trainings sales with the average price of 200. The average price may be even higher than we can reach the turnover of 100 billion US dollars from selling courses to individuals. But let's assume that the discount is not available, and we will come back to our common price list, 5,000. This is the average price for companies. And you remember that we will get over 150 billion only through the payment for the use of the guarantees. And I don't need to wait when all this happens. Every year it will happen. And the higher the value of our token, the more profits we get. And these entire profits will be distributed among all the token holders. And these tokens may be, which you may use by that time as a guarantee of your payment of your rental, your car rental, or your house rental, or to pay for the dentist costs, ophthalmologist costs, doctor's costs, your utility bills. All this passive income will help you make your life better and better. Thank you very much a lot for your attention. Thanks a lot for your attention. Hopefully, this webinar was of interest and of value to you. And I urge you, please help us to achieve these figures, these targets, and you will see how our turnover grows and the income of our company grows. Quite soon, banks, associations of entrepreneurs will join us, and it will be a great achievement for our entire community. Believe me, 1-2 years after, you will recall this presentation, and we will forget about all these difficulties because our future and our present will be amazing. And meanwhile, I wish you bon appetit. Maybe you are going to enjoy your dinner or breakfast. Thanks a lot once again for your attention. I wish you all the best and good luck. Bye-bye and stay classy.